The story starts with Manchester United. 3 years, 2 Premier League titles, an FA Cup, a Europa League. We're doing well. We go to Napoli. It's a long 3 years. We win the Coppa Italia first year. Second year was a bit of a downward spike. And then we win the league on the last day of the season. We win the Coppa Italia in the last season and decide to resign. Resigning with us is Hugo Oliveira, Andy Hughes, Mike Clegg, Mike Phelan, some of the men that have been with us since day one. We're offered jobs from Manchester City, AC Milan. Interviews that I inevitably reject. My affiliation with Manchester United meant Manchester City was definitely not a job I was going to take, in AC Milan. A team that weren't as strong as Napoli, and a team that was a backward step to where I wanted to be. Then, the Champions League winners Manchester United come offering me an interview again. A reconciliation period perhaps for myself, but no. Declining the interview. I'd already dominated the Premier League. It was time for a different challenge. Then, Paris Saint-Germain, Parc des Princes, was calling. 300 million to spend. Winning the league consecutively for the past 10 odd years. It was a place where I felt perhaps this was the next step in our chapter. I took the job. Basically, boys and girls, I've taken the job. The hair, don't question it. It's a self-isolation season. Paris Saint-Germain have hired me, and we've gone to France. Interesting. Well, I've just got screenshots because I have gone through. I've just made the signings. I'll take you through the signings in a second. Yeah, this is the side. A few of the players you'll know who they are. Merritt in net. Laporte out left. Marquinhos, Martinez, Cancelo, Ruben Neves, Kovacic, Chiesa, Olmo, Serrer and Jesus. Serrer, I've never really pointed out in our save. He's sort of like the new Messi or Ronaldo. Merge of the two. His finishing's not more or less there, but yeah, the squad's pretty professional. It can be built on, which is the main thing. It can be built on, and being a Champions League finalist team last season, building on a team this strong and a team this dominant in the league as well, where Lyon, Marseille, Monaco aren't as strong at all. Yeah, it was intriguing to me. So they want us to win the league next season. Minimum 4 years contracts on the players. Best youth system in the country. It's just easy as far as I'm concerned. The one player they have sold is Mbappe, and now returning to my screen, here we are. So interesting scenes really. I'm going to take you through the outs transfer-wise first. Tell you what, I'll start on the out screen. I'll start with the outs anyway. I'll start with the players that have gone. So you'll be interested to see Mbappe has left. 185 million. This was before I actually joined the club. 26 years of age now. Let's just see what he's been doing basically. So he's 19 goals last season, 10 assists. He's now left for 185 million. He's an unreal player. A player I would have loved to have used, really. It would have been a pleasure to use him at PSG, but he has gone to Real Madrid, and that's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do about that. So, yeah. Sad. I'm just going to skip through all the outs because I've not really sold many players, to be honest. I'll just skip through. It's more important that you see the ins. It's more important that you see who have come in, who have bought into the side anyway. So, yeah. Mbappe's left. Next player. Kingsley Coman has left. He's not a very good player. He actually was gone as well before I came. He played 5 games for us. He's just not a very good player at all. a lot better out there. £40 million asking price is so high. We bought him for 25 million 2 seasons ago. He's been at the side 2 seasons and played 5 games. We managed to sell him for 25, which isn't too bad. Only £1 million profit, obviously paying his wages as well. But yeah, someone that I wouldn't have had at the club for much longer anyway, regardless. And someone that's just left the club before I've been there anyway. Rafa. Rafa's an interesting one because he's on a very, very, very high wage. I don't get why. He's been at Paris Saint-Germain. He didn't play a game for us. He didn't play a game for Liverpool before they signed him. Well, he played a game the previous season, 11 assists, 4 goals, which is okay. 51 million A, but we bought him for 31 million. I don't get why he's been at the club. He's been at the club for a year and not played. 22 million I've sold him for. I've just got his wages off the wage bill basically because he's not good. He's not very good. He's pace-wise, he's got pace, 16 pace, yeah, great. His dribbling's not very good. His first touch isn't very good. Technique's all right. Mentally, he's decent, but no, not for a 30-year-old elite winger. He's gone to Lazio. Lazio brought him in. And yeah, just not a great player, really. So yeah, I'm happy he's gone. I've got rid of him. He's one of the people that I got rid of. 22 million, I'll take that any day. And then, Christian Eriksen. He's gone. We had him at Manchester United. He's declining. And when you get an offer of 18.75 million for a player who's declining very quick, and there's a lot of better players out there at the moment, I'd say, as well, to play the sort of deep line playmaker position he plays, as well as the players that we've brought in. Yeah, he's gone. I've got rid of him. Didn't really want him. He's a decent player. We had him in his prime at Manchester United, and now from Paris Saint-Germain, he has gone. So yeah, 235k is off the wage budget. He was on a considerable amount at Paris Saint-Germain, but yeah, he's gone. Got a decent amount of money in for him, obviously, as you can see there, around 20 odd million. So yeah, good to see that. I've got rid of him. He's had a decent few years for us, but now he has left. And we go on to the players that we've brought in. This is where it gets interesting. So the first player I've brought in is Paulo Dybala. Interesting acquisition here. So he was on the transfer list for 19 million, call it 20 million. Last season he scored 10 goals and got 5 assists. And since we've sold Mbappe, I thought we need another player that can play sort of a striker position and also a central attacking mid position, because we need to sort of pick up where we've lost a few players. And I thought for 20 million, someone who's probably in their prime still, just at the very back end of their prime, 31 years of age, elite attacking, look at them technicals. The technical stats are unreal. 16 long shots, 18 first touch, 16 finishing, 16 crossing, 16 corners, 17 passing, 19 technique, 19 vision, 16 work rate, 17 off the ball. Everything you need is really there. It's just his physical stats now will start to decline, but agility-wise, he's still got it. He's still got quite a decent amount of pace and balance. Stamina, he's still naturally got quite a bit. I think he's very good for 20 million. Got him in at £200,000 a week, which I didn't think was bad considering what his wage demands were. He came down quite a bit, but yeah, I'm happy that we've got him in. He's a good signing for us, a cheaper signing, but yeah, we'll see how he performs for us this season, and I'll move on to the next player that we've brought in. Stefano Sensi, an interesting one, Inter Milan player for many, many years. He's an experienced midfielder. I think the balance is we've got a lot of young players in the side at the moment, and I want to sort of have the experience and focus more. At Napoli, I couldn't afford the big players. I couldn't afford many big players, so I brought in talented young players who I knew would progress, and then obviously that's paid off in the long run. Napoli now looking one of the best sides in Europe. But yeah, Sensi, an Inter Milan player, coming to PSG, 29 million. I thought he's valued at 50 odd million when he was at Inter Milan. I thought, why not bring him in? Technically and mentally, he's just all round a great player to play in either a defensive midfielder role or a midfielder role, central midfielder role. He's very, very good. Sensi, an experienced player. We brought him in quite cheap, and yeah, I think he'll perform pretty well for us, I won't lie. Now, the return. An interesting one, Ivanov. I've sort of raided Inter Milan. It's quite funny, to be fair. Inter Milan, a team that aren't in Europe, which is surprising. They bought in Ivanov. I think you remember him from Manchester United days, which is, the journey's unreal seeing this. The journey is unreal. So we bought him in at Manchester United, 800k. I didn't think he was going to be much cop in the beginning. Columbus, Amiens and Nice had him in for a few seasons. Then he went to Inter Milan for £88 million. He played 2 seasons there. First season he sort of had a decent run, and then the last season he had he's all right, 6.95. It's in the positive. It's above the 6.7 average, but 2 assists and 1 goal to his name isn't fantastic. And then he was on the transfer list for 32 million. So he could go up to 35, but we've brought him in. I don't think. Well, he was getting bidded for, should I say? He was going to go to Benfica, but I thought I can't pass up on someone who's got such great physical ability at 22 years of age. Mentally, everything you need mentally up there at the top and the bottom. The flair and leadership I don't really need. Determination's arguably a decent stat, but 14 is good enough for me. But physically, absolutely unreal. 17 pace, 20 acceleration, not getting past him. His marking and tackling is there as well. 15 tackling, 13 marking. So defensively, as a wing-back, he'll do the job. His hexagon looks unreal. It's just his attacking sort of going forward, dribbling, 9 dribbling, 14 first touch, 12 crossing. It's not fantastic, but as you saw last season with Lombardo, crossing and dribbling doesn't really mean a lot of things when you've got the physical stats to get back and the mental ability to sort of play your role. So I think 22 years of age, he replaces the player that was there, Guerrero, who I didn't show you in the outs, but Guerrero was there. I've just noticed how long I've been talking about transfers and the introduction and whatever. But yeah, I need to get into the game as soon as I can. Ivanov, he's in, he's here, and I'll move on to the final signing so far, because we have got a few more coming in, I think. Yes, so on the theme of raiding into Milan, Hakimi, we've signed him. Again, another player who's great going forward. 12 crossing, 14 dribbling, 13 first touch. He's great mentally, he's great physically as well, as you can see. Does the job marking and tackling wise. He played pretty well for Inter Milan for the past few years. As you can see, he's got that 7.0 rating. 81 million they brought him in for. I thought, you know what, I've got Ivanov, why not have a look how much Hakimi is? They only wanted 50 odd million for him, 53 million. We've paid 45 so far. I thought, you tell you what, this man looks absolutely unreal. So yeah, Hakimi, a great player to bring in. And now I'll just quickly show you the transfer summed up. As you can see here, another player, Haymanager. I'm trying to bring him in. Casemiro we brought in. I want to try and get rid of him now because I don't see why keeping him. Piatek we've brought in as well. That was before I got here. 15 million. Played for Lyon, believe it or not. Rafa we actually brought in for 31 million. I've just sold him for 22, going up to 28.5. But yeah, there's all the transfers there, as you can see. And then moving further on, I'll show you the tactics and the squad that we've got. So we are playing the 4-2-3-1 formation. A lot of great players at this squad, to be fair. Hakimi playing on the right-hand side, Ivanov on the left, Kimpembe and Ruben Dias, a player that they brought in last season. These are such good players considering. Kovacic in the middle with Neves is unreal. Looking at the stats there, Olmo, and a great player. We've actually got, is it Ousmane? Ousmane Dembele as well. A player that is worth a lot of money, but I don't see him playing here much longer. I don't see it. This is Thiago Serrera. He's great to have on the bench, to be fair. Thiago Serrera is the player that I'll show you now. This guy's going to a world beater, an absolute world beater. Argentina, left winger, absolutely unreal. Physically, technically is great. Mentally is great. He's been scoring and assisting for fun. 13 assists last season, 9 goals, 10 assists, 3 goals for Tottenham the year before in a struggling Tottenham side. And yeah, I think 24 years of age, this guy's going to be the one that we focus on. And if we can bring him in, Haymanager, we've signed the contract with him. He's accepted it. He's on 350k a week, I believe. If he comes back, I'm going to be so happy. We have actually tried to sign Lecoq and Stefan, but they want 400k a week as well. And I think, as you can see here, I can't really afford to bring in two £100 million players on 500k a week at the same time. So yeah, that's the side. We played a few pre-season games. Lyon, we actually lost to them in the, I can't remember what it was, the Trophy des Champions. It's not something that we need to win. It's just me testing out the side. And yeah, that's the side. That's the story so far. So we're going to get into the first game of the season. We are playing this side. Marquinhos on the bench. We've got Lisandro Martinez, who's a very good player as well. he could probably start as well, but I think Kimpembe and Diaz, I'm liking the look of these two in the midfield, in the centre-back roles. Who knows, Kimpembe might come out. Diaz, I think, has to play. He's outstanding in the middle of the park there. You can see 96 million. Dybala on the bench, almost starts ahead of him. Sensei on the bench, Kovacic and Neves in the middle there. I could bring Sensei on to play a box-to-box midfielder role in the middle here, but I think I just like the way this is rolling. Ousmane Dembele on that left-hand side. Jesus, I think, can play on the left. It'll be interesting to play him as an inside forward on the left instead of Dembele. But yeah, that's the side we're going to play today against Nimes. I'll tell you what I'm thinking for the majority of this season. So I'm thinking this should be quite an easy run for us in the league. Frank Lampard is my assistant manager, by the way. Just a fun little fact. He is the assistant manager. Passionate. I have faith in all of you lads. Let's get going. I'll have to turn this off director, put it on 2D on behind the goal. But yeah, a good little. Well, I tell you what, I'll keep the Premier League table there. It suits it more. I'll keep you involved in sort of what my thoughts are this season. So we are playing to basically win the league this season. We're going to try and win the cup this season, so I need a bit more depth in the side. As they actually score. What's going on here? Come on, boys, what's going on? Show some passion, lads. We've conceded. Okay, this isn't going to plan. Anderson with the ball on the right-hand side, on their left-hand side. He whips the ball in. None of the players in the middle pick him up. Ivanov completely out of position, and Rippart just puts it in the back of the net. Am I playing it wide at the back? Yeah. Come on, boys, what's going on? Anyway, I'm sure we'll get back into the game. But yeah, the goal is to sort of win the league here, win the cup here, and then progress. That's it. Champions League, we'll see what sort of run we can go on. But I'm thinking this should be sort of an easy... I don't want to say it because it'll probably jinx it. It should be a relatively easy run in this league. So we'll have to see what we can do. I mean, things should go dramatically wrong, which would be a sorry state of affairs. But when you've got sides such as this, PSG-wise anyway, you should be winning sort of games. Okay, Chiesa can just do magic like that. You should be winning games. So that's the plan anyway, to sort of come here, dominate the league, win the cup, and then it's France done. France is done. We'll move on. We'll see what sort of jobs are available. And yeah, 1 year here and leave. I don't know what else to say really. We'll have to see whether or not we can win the Champions League. If we do well in the Champions League and get to the final, it might be worth staying. We'll have to see what sort of money we get the next season, because I know for a fact, if I can sort of rebuild this team to get players I want to get in, then it'll be really good to build like a really big team. So like João Felix, for example, he's a great player on this game. Bring Lecoq back maybe if we get more funding next season. We'll have to see what sort of like side we can build here, because it's just an interesting time at PSG because there's so much money to use. You don't know what to do with it most of the time. As Hakimi with a great tackle going in there. A few highlights going through here. It's 1-1. Chiesa with a great goal for us. They're coming forward though, and I don't really like how we don't have that much attack, like threat going forward. Dembele playing an inside forward role, I thought would push forward a bit more, but obviously he doesn't. So I think what I'll do is I'll train the 4-3-3 formation we had at Napoli, and I might have 3 strikers up front. Chiesa can play as a striker as he goes for a goal again. Just doesn't finish that one though. Sadly, we are playing a lot better though here now. Ruben Neves with the ball in. Can we get a header on? No, we can't. Ruben Neves comes back to him, finds Kimpembe at the back. Oh, he's offside. Fair enough. So, 35 minutes gone. I thought it was going to be a lot better than this for an opening episode, but obviously not. Ruben Neves with the ball in. Kovacic is there, and it's in the back of the net. 2-1. We're rightfully back where we need to be. Top of the league. 3 points. We're doing well. Frank Lampard, the assistant manager for me. I sort of just went through like the coaching scene, and there's no coaches. PSG have no coaches. So yeah, I've sort of done an overhaul there. They had hardly any scouts. They had hardly any coaches. It was a bit odd. It was very odd. So yeah, I brought some of them in. Just doing what I did at Napoli, really, just rebuilding sort of the structure of the whole team as Gabriel Jesus puts it in the back of the net. We're firing now. He wouldn't be my choice, Gabriel Jesus. Really, I wouldn't. I'd love to play Hamuche ahead of him, especially being a French striker himself and sort of like some sort of wonder kid. I'd love to try and bring him in. Well, for definite. Definitely, I'm definitely going to bring him in, regardless. If he signs the contract, he's in the side. I'll have to advance after this game. Passionately, I'm just going to say we've been playing well. I'm happy with how things are going. But yeah, Jesus, someone that I want to put on the bench, sort of have that, train him as that inside forward role on that left hand side, and maybe play him there instead of Dembele, because what was his name now? Sarara, I think it was. Ivanov is. Can I get a cross in? And Dembele, what was that? Almost through. Oh, and Jesus scores another. Oh, there you go. We are. They call this the Farmers League for a reason. As you can see, this side, Nimes or Nims, I don't know. I'm just going to call them Nims. Limbs in Nims. It's just poor. Look at this. Olmo takes it off him. Jesus just has a little tap in and it goes in. 4th goal of the season already. He's off to a flyer. I think is that a hat trick for him? No, 2nd goal for him. Kovacic and Chiesa getting the other 2. Now trying to come forward, Nims, another highlight. I think this is going to be a season of highlights, if anything. We're just going to see a lot of goals this season because PSG are just known to just demolish this league, as I keep saying. I'll probably bring you quite a few episodes of the league because it'll be interesting to see how the other sides do. But I think it'll be mainly about Champions League and just winning the league in the first season, really. It's whether or not I stay at this PSG side and try and build it further. As Kovacic has a curling effort, just goes wide. But yeah, bringing in a few other players, it'll be key for us to sort of advance forward. It'll be key for us to sort of move on after the season if things don't go well in the Champions League. Kovacic and Ruben Neves, a nice little link up in the middle. Chiesa plays it to Hakimi. He doesn't have a great cross, but it comes out to Chiesa again with a blistering shot that nearly goes in. Ruben Neves with the corner. I'm going to have to come up with a corner tactic because we don't really have a tactic at the moment for corners. Daniel Olmo with a shot doesn't really come off. Ruben Neves, can he find anyone? Hakimi, run it forward? No. Right, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a few changes. Dembele is going to come off. I'm going to bring on Dybala. Jesus can play out on that left-hand side. Dybala, Piatek can come on, in fact. Olmo, he's having an alright game, but he's going to come off. And then Ruben Neves for Sensi, get him a bit of a game time. Yeah, last half an hour, I'll tell you what, I can just sit back now. Dybala with a free kick. And they're going to come forward. Are they? I mean, honestly, it's going to be one of those seasons where, unless Lyon or Marseille or Monaco sort of challenge us in the league, we're just going to sort of run away with it, really. It'd be interesting to see what sort of Champions League group we get as well, as Rippart puts a goal in, 4-2. This is something we might have to address here. I might have to drop... I could drop the defence a bit deeper, really, and just have us play a bit deeper, because there's no point me having a high pressing line when you've got these sort of players that can run in behind and do that. Hakimi and Ivanov need to sort of develop a relationship with the players around them. But we haven't even particularly played bad. I'm going to praise the boys. I mean, I don't know why they're all getting upset at the back. We are winning 4-2. I'm just going to go onto balance now. There's no point us really doing much else in this game. 76th minute. This is why Paris Saint-Germain is sort of one of them teams where you don't, on FM, you don't really, unless obviously there's glory hunter save, you don't actually aspire to go to Paris Saint-Germain, because it just becomes every season you just buy the players you want, you dominate this league, and then you just focus on the Champions League. The Champions League is only a small part of the season. You don't play Champions League games that often, as Gabriel Jesus nearly scores a third. But yeah, it's nice to get probably France ticked off. But I don't know. I'm excited to be at PSG. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to probably get France ticked off. I don't have to sweat off sort of the games that, for example, like Lyon and Marseille and Monaco will have, where it's really nerve-wracking stuff to sort of play. But yeah, we've got some offers. Yes. Excuse me, sorry. Santos. I'll let you have it. International, yep, you can go. And PSV, you want 70k a week? Nah. Let's see. I'll advance forward a little bit. I'll see if Hamuche signs. I want you to be here once we sign him, because it'll be quite interesting to see if he's here. Come on. When did we get him? Oh, it's going to do all the games now, isn't it? Tell you what. It's almost a definite Hamuche's coming. I'll let you know that for sure. It's probably a definite he's here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting season. Hamuche is coming in. He'll be firing. He'll absolutely smash it in this league, I know for sure. He smashed it in the Serie A, so he'll definitely have it. This will be like a field trip for him. He'll love it. And yeah, I think that's more or less going to be it for this episode, to be honest. I hope you did enjoy. I hope you're excited to see what sort of side we are at. We are at PSG. It's going to be a lot of fun to be here, and I hope you do follow along with me through these episodes. If you are interested in this, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Which will, in fact, that's the one thing, which will be the Champions League group stage. So I'm going to play through these games, and I'll show you the Champions League group we get, and I'll play against Sochaux as well. I'll play against Sochaux, and then we'll do the same thing that we do each year for the Champions League group. One game per team, home or away, and then it's the Coupe de France that we're trying to win this year. PSG have won it last year as well. So yeah, the Coupe de France. I don't know how it works. How does it work? We have the 5th round, 7th round, 8th round, 9th round. We join in the 9th round, 10th round, 11th round, quarter-final. So we have to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Is it 6 games? Where's the rules? 9th round, 1 game. 10th round, 1 game. 11th round, 1 game. Quarter-final, 1 game. Semi-final, 1 game. Is that it? Just 1 game? Yeah, and it's just 1 game, so it's luck of the draw, really. So yeah, hopefully we can win that. That's pretty simple. But yeah, that is it from me. Hope you do and have a great end of the week. It is the end of the week for me. Have the great rest of the week for you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao.